eyes device me so bad. Itch
What?
version. And please play more Jailbreak.
I don't know. Wait, why is real my eyes see me so bad? Itch for. I don't know what you mean. But thank you for the donation, dude. What really annoys me about Roblox players, and this is true for every game, it's not just Roblox players. But let's say, for example,
Shop up to 50% off during our Black Friday sale. Fan fave brands.
Lollipop, Fries, Puffball, and many others. They each have their own fan base, as well as their own hate base. So, I decided to rank 77 different characters on the show, going from number 77 all the way to number 1. This list will include all characters that have competed and are currently competing, as well as some miscellaneous ones, such as the speaker boxes, the hosts, Evil Leafy, and Non-Existy. Recommended characters, the other Algebra Aliens, and failed debuters are not on this list. Before I begin, I just want to state that this is my own opinion. This is how I feel about each character on here. You are free to put your favorites or least favorites in the comments if you please, but do not attack me or others for their own opinion. It isn't yours to begin with. With that out of the way, let's begin the ranking with... Flower Speaker Box is a speaker box that belongs to Flower. She hosts in BFDI 22 and dies in BFDI 23. Good. I can't stand to hear her at all. I never liked the BFDI version of Flower, and her speaker box is even worse than her. She hates everyone but Flower and sometimes goes to the point of rigging contests so that Flower can win, such as poisoning Firey's cake. I'm glad she died and never returned. She's just awful. Phew. Already going strong with the first controversial one, huh? Look, I get it. It's Rocky. Look at him. He's adorable. Yeah, I don't care. Being cute is not a valid reason for a character to be good. He is straight up just a one-trick pony. He does nothing but barf all the time. I did like him during the early episodes of BFDI, but they just ruined him midway into that season. He's gone from being pretty charming and funny to just barf. That's all he is, a barf machine. He's also pretty inconsistent with that as well. Some moments his barf is just seen as gross, then other times it acts as acid. What is this, man? Robati is a character I never liked to begin with, ever since he debuted in BFB. Robati is what you would call a joke character, basically something that isn't really an object. Unless you do count him as one, then more power to you. I never found him interesting at all. He just exists. While the Morse code thing is cool, there's no point to it since like 0.01% of people who watch the show are even going to know what he said, let alone trying to translate it. He just sucks, that's it. Nothing more. As a quote from Book, Leafy wannabe, what a loser. And I couldn't agree more. While Evil Leafy is not an exact copy of Leafy, far from it, she still doesn't hold anything to the table. I don't see a point to her. There are so many things that look like they wanted to do with her, but since BFDIA was canned and IDFB hasn't even continued, what's the point of her? She doesn't even show up at all in BFB or Teapot. Did they just forget that she exists? I would have forgotten about her too. She doesn't provide anything. Ooh, she's red, has realistic eyes, teleports and eats people. So creepy. Give me a break. Ugh, I just really don't like Purple Face. He just comes off as a forced character that didn't really have any reason to exist, other than causing conflict in like 2 episodes. I heard that he was considered to be a contestant instead, and I find that more interesting than whatever he did in post-split BFB. The only cool thing he had was his little rivalry with Yellowface, but even then they stopped showing that. He was also just flat out unlikable in BFB 29. I don't care if Flower deserved it or not. He was just so randomly rude to her in that episode. He's honestly just annoying. Whoa, hey, let me explain myself. Yes, I know that Black Hole is a fan favorite. I just have one question. Why? I really don't get why people like him so much, and even then, I don't think I want to know why. What purpose does Black Hole have? Preventing death? He's a literal black hole! Not to mention that he's pretty much the sole reason why Death Pact again lost in Teapot 4. I don't care if that's the point of the team. I feel like it's been dragged on for too long. He's just so bland. If the point of preventing death is to lose on purpose, then you lost me. His concept is cool, but nothing is done with it. They really just couldn't drop the 8 gag, huh? She went from being a pretty decent character before BFB 8 to just being annoying. That was Saw's main problem, the 8 gag. It lasted far too long and didn't have any reason to keep going. Like, what was the end goal of it? Just for a quick joke? And also, don't comment down below saying you could have just ignored it. How could you have possibly ignored it when every time she was on screen, she said the gag?
At least I don't hate this great traits. I rate it a straight 8 out of 8. Hey, we're teammates. Great.
I will say, I don't really think she deserves going in Teapot 4, but at least that entire bit is gone. Her design is nice, but that's all I can really say. There's nothing I can really recall what he did throughout BFB. Teapot doesn't do him any better, as almost every episode he's just blown up, somewhere at the start or in the middle of the episode. The banana and cake bit is fine, I suppose, but it looks like they dropped that in Teapot, which I'm fine with. I don't know, Bami's just in a weird spot for me. Ha! You think Teapot 5 would get you any higher? Nope. Just because Robot Flower did something in Teapot 5 does not excuse her from the amount of time where she just flat out did nothing. Teapot 2 does not count as she didn't even get that right, so why bring it up? At least in terms of comparing to the actual Flower, she's semi better than her BFDI counterpart, but that's still not saying much. If they keep doing what they did with her like in Teapot 5, then maybe she'll place higher. For now, that isn't enough. Same story as Robot Flower. You doing something in Teapot 5 is not enough. For now, at least in terms of comparing to the actual Flower, she's semi better than her BFDI counterpart, but that's still not saying much. If they keep doing what they did with her like in Teapot 5, then maybe she'll place higher. For now, that isn't enough. Same story as Robot Flower. You doing something in Teapot 5 is not enough. You are barely better than her only given that your concept is interesting. The callback to older episodes to use as words is cool, but sometimes drags on for too long. Funny thing is, in older seasons, he does have some kind of Scottish robot voice, but was ditched for the callback voice. Teapot 5 has the voice back, so at least there's that. Again, if they keep this up with TV, he may place higher, but that isn't enough right now. You don't get away scot-free from the amount of nothing that you did. Nickel to me feels like a broken record. In BFDIA, he was seen as a pessimist, meaning that he mainly sees the worst in things. Even with this, he was a very fun character. In BFB, they ditched that completely and changed his personality to just being an insanely erratic and nonsensical person. This got old really fast for me, and it doesn't seem like that had any reason to exist. At least in Teapot, Nickel is much more toned down but may sometimes still be a bit erratic, which I feel like is a perfect balance for him. Even with saying that, I still find him pretty bland. He doesn't do anything on his team that much. Price Tag is an interesting character concept. Too bad that they're just Nearly 2.0, which is not saying much at all. Price Tag pretty much just stole what Nearly was, being mischievous and cheeky, and it just feels like they did Nearly, especially since she was eliminated in Teapot 5. Their friendship was alright, but again, Price Tag is just Nearly all over again. The way they use their emotions through emoticons in their face is pretty cool, but that's all
Ashley's Black Friday mattress sale is going on now. Pay 0% interest for 60 months on in-store mattress purchases, or beat the rush on mattress doorbusters starting at just $199.99.
This is $100,000, and the last one of you guys to leave that pool keeps it. We also have 10 challenges planned, and at the end of each challenge, someone will be eliminated. For the first challenge, the last one of you to get in